Hello, my friends. Okay, so here I am again, and I have been thinking a lot since I came on yesterday. And excuse my dogs, they're running back and forth outside. They were far too loud inside, so I had to let them out. I feel like a lot of people that are like, there's a global awakening right now. It's been happening for a while, even more so when COVID hit and up until this point. Big global awakening. A lot of what you're seeing now is, you know, it's no longer time to wake the sheep, it's time to wake the lions. So we're done trying to wake everybody up and whatever. If people are gonna get it, they're gonna get it. I, however, think that there are many out there that are like, one eye is kind of open and the other one's kind of closed. And if they just understood simple things to kind of help with the process, it becomes a lot easier. So one of the things I want to touch upon right now is grounding. To be able to ground in your body. I know a lot of people right now have been telling me that they just feel very out of body. Even my kids, my girls, sometimes like they'll look at me and like they'll just be like dazed out, and I'm like, all right, you're not even in there right now. Where are you? So simple 30-second exercise that you can do for grounding is sit in a chair, back to the chair, feet on the floor, or in my case, my feet don't touch floors when I sit on high chairs. But you want to close your eyes and you want to just visualize roots like a tree going down from the bottom, the soles of your feet, going all the way down to the center of the earth, whatever that looks like to you. I like to visualize like a red ball of energy with a garnet. That's a very root chakra stone, and I can touch upon that in a moment. But so you want to visualize those roots wrapping around the center of the earth and then coming back up through the soles of your feet, coming all the way up the center of you, through your heart, and then up and out through your crown. So for those of you that don't know, we have 7 different energy centers in our body. They're called chakras, or chakras, but the actual way to pronounce them in Sanskrit is chakra. So you have your root. I'm just gonna stand up real quick to kind of give you a basis of it. Actually, this is perfect. You have your root, which is red. That's your fight or flight, your finances, your earthly things, your family, things that are here right now. You have your sacral chakra, which is your creative center. That's your creativity, rebirth, your you know, your sexual creativity, everything having to do with birthing something new. Then it goes to your solar plexus. I'm sorry, the sacral chakra is orange. Then it goes to your solar plexus, which is yellow, and that's personal power. You then have your heart, which is green. Throat is blue. Heart is obviously loving. You know, things that are in your world and beyond. Throat chakra is blue. That's truth, and the shadow side to it can be lies. Your third eye, which is right here, it's kind of like an indigo color, and that's your second sight. That's your sixth sense. That's your seeing. And then your crown, which is like a violet color, or even in some situations it could be white because it goes up. There are other chakras that go above that and also go into the earth, but I don't want to make this video super long, so I'm just trying to touch upon these. The only reason why I'm touching upon them is because they have a big sway on how you interact with not only yourself, but with others. So that grounding exercise, what people don't understand is when they first start getting into understanding energy, or people that have, knew that there was something up, or that they shift when they're around certain people or groups of people. I, for instance, noticed it when I was younger. I would walk into a room, someone would be in a terrible mood or have a really bad migraine, and I would leave with that terrible mood or that really bad migraine, and they'd be fine. So I realized at a very young age that I was an empath, which means I can pick up on other people's shit. And I know a lot of people out there feel the same. So when you can get in tune with your energy centers and your chakras, and you can get them moving correctly, and I'll keep making videos to kind of touch upon certain things so we can all learn together. I'm taking my own words too. So when you learn how to move your chakras better, your whole energy that surrounds you, that you emit, that you take on, shifts. Everything shifts. So when we first start diving into this energy aspect of things, you kind of get knocked on your ass sometimes because it's a lot. And what people don't understand is they start getting messages and they start realizing signs. The universe is there to ever present signs to you. It's just ever creating things. But please also keep in mind that we're creating it as we are what we think, and what we think we manifest. So keep that in mind when you decide to have really negative thought patterns with yourself, and the self-talk and self-doubt that you have. That's why I keep trying to drive home, be kind to yourself, because it goes back to what we think we manifest. I am going to do a really short collective reading. I'm going to try and keep this fairly short, right around the time frame that I did yesterday. But when we start going into these learnings of energy, and knowing that there is a lot more outside of just us. So we are something, we are beings, but we are so small when it comes to everything else. And people want to live up in the upper chakras. They feel spirit, they get messages, and they're like, yeah, but what they don't realize is that the more grounded that you are, the higher you fly. So by doing that simple grounding exercise, 30 seconds, the roots through your feet, down around the center of the earth, you sitting, standing, it doesn't matter, coming all the way up through your energy centers, your chakras, and out the crown, it will ground you. Eating will also put you in your body and ground you, and water or drinking fluids, that will ground you as well. Exercise, I know a lot of people, and me too, when I was running a lot, I found that I was in my body and I would get a lot of messages as I was going because I was here. So the more present you are, the more you'll receive. So we're here. We're in this human experience together. We're here. And so many people that I know that do this work, including myself, when we first get a hint of it, we want to live up in the spiritual aspect, but you need to pull everything in from the bottom all the way up. So just, that was a quick little tidbit. I'll be doing more in depth and situational excerpts as they come up. I'm finding it hard to find my words again, but I'm also just grabbing the cards. These cards are the Messenger Oracle from Raven Felon. They're really beautiful cards. I prefer Oracle decks over the tarot, and that's just me. I like the messages that the Oracle decks give, although I do have a couple tarot decks, and one of my favorites is David Bowie's tarot deck, the Starman tarot deck. It's incredible. David Bowie is like my jam. So That being said, let's collectively dive into what they have to say. All right. Please. Guidance for what needs to be said. Ouch. Trust in magic. We were just talking about these. They speak. So I'm gonna pick 3 to kind of give some insight on what we're dealing with. And again, this is timeless. If it resonates, whenever you find it, if it resonates with you, take what resonates with you, leave what does not. This is just collectively shifts that are going on right now. I'm hoping for some jumping cards, so they just kind of pop out. So, all right, that's what we're going with. And we have 4 instead of 3, so there we go. All right, change is unavoidable. So no matter what anyone is going through right now, things are shifting. That's a given. Things are just, it's forward momentum now. Again, it's not time to wake the sheep, it's time to wake the lions. Like, we're time to remember who we are, what we're doing here. And if you see, this is like grandfather tree. Like, we have the roots, we have death, we have rebirth, we have the moon and the sun. It's duality, right? It's the dark and the light. It's the masculine and the feminine. We have it both. We have a divine masculine within us and a divine feminine. It's not just male or female. It's those sides carry different attributes. So change is unavoidable. This is what we're doing. We're going with it, and we're going grounded. So they're asking you to ground and understand that putting your roots in, but also being able to shift as it comes. The second card that I have, wow, is we are all connected. So you see the dragons or the serpents going up to the, let's see, what do we got going on? The tree of life, which is also portrayed in this card. And also collectively in general, we are all connected. That's what I was talking about yesterday. We are all connected, and we need to remember that, because what we do to ourselves, we do to others. And that's why being kind, first and foremost to yourself, and loving first and foremost to yourself, and having compassion first and foremost to yourself will then cause a ripple effect within you, and it will ripple outward. So remembering that we all come from the cosmic universe, this cosmic entity that we're living in. We are on a rock hurling through space right now. Like, really wrap your mind around that. A rock hurling through space with stardust in our bones in a meat suit. Shit straight out of Harry Potter. Like, it's really that simple, and we tend to make it so unbelievably complicated. And not just, and we make it complicated also because of the projections of what's happening in the earth right now around with the governmental structure, the elites that are going on, fucking aliens. You don't even get me started on that one right now. I will touch upon that at some point, but yes, aliens. And it doesn't have to be a negative thing. This is all beautiful, and it starts here, and that brings to the next card, which is seek your answers within. And I love this card because look, it shows the third eye, and it shows the eye and the heart. So you know, you hear the saying, the head and the heart. The head and the heart. If my mind and my heart would just be in sync, I'd be able to do this, or I'd be able to do that. But the reality is, start doing it and the rest will follow. But you need to go within. And I love the bear because I just think mama bear. And it brings us to the last card, which is honor Gaia. And Mother Gaia is Earth, Mother Earth. And again, the sacred tree of knowledge, if you want to go back to the Bible, that's the tree of knowledge, whatever you follow. To me, it does not matter how you get to the divine as long as you get there. And even if you choose not to get there, then that's on you. That's your story. And I'm not here to judge anybody, because God knows I've been through it all. A lot of people that watch this will take a good chuckle at that, because I've been through the ringer. You know, I've done it all, and I'm just trying to be present and be here with the collective. I know for my purpose, I chose to come to this realm or this plane of existence because this is one of the only planes in the universe that we can feel. You tangibly feel things. And I decided to come here because I wanted to feel it all. So I ran through it with not taking care of my body, with excessive second chakra, excessive sexual prowess, and that was before I understood what the difference between sexuality and sensuality is. And you know, sexuality is it's your primal. It's your, whether you're a male, you're a female, and I use those terms fluidly, especially in this all the things that are coming out now. I mean your divine masculine or feminine, like, and either one can have it. And then your sensuality, which is enjoying yourself, being fluid in your emotions and understanding. It doesn't need to be, you know, sexual or sex driven, even though it has that name in there. It doesn't need to be that. But it is at a core, and it's our creation. It's right here in the sacral chakra. So I think these cards are beautiful, and they really, really pull out exactly, you know, what's happening, exactly what I talked about yesterday. You know, the change is unavoidable. We are all connected. Please remember to seek your answers within first. And remember to honor Gaia. And by even doing that, by honoring Gaia, like, you can just honor yourself by doing that. Because as you honor yourself, it ripples for the collective. And then it's just an outward blast. And even if this message just reaches one person, that's it. That's all that's needed. I'm just here to be present with you guys, to be real. You know, I've struggled with my drug addictions. A lot of people that watch know the whole scoop, and as I start diving deeper into these videos and pulling from my own knowledge and wisdom and experiences, I will be able to go, that's another part of grounding, being able to pull from the experiences, non-ego based, to be able to then rise above it, like the phoenix from the ashes. So it doesn't matter where you've been. If you choose to turn it around now, that's all that matters. Like I said yesterday, what I just said right there, already in the past, already done. So if there have been things that you're struggling with, or you know, things that are hardships, and we're going through a lot of it right now, be kind to yourself. Tell yourself, like, I didn't know any better then. Even if it was 30 seconds ago. Even if you knew better, the moment after you did it, in that moment, cut yourself some slack. Love yourself. It literally, the Beatles had it right. All you need is love. And I will forever preach that, because it's really what we go back to, is just pure source. It's pure energy. It's pure love. So learn what love is within. Learn what my dad, shout out to my dad. My dad has always asked me outright the best question in the world, and I will then impart it to you. Start asking yourself what makes you happy. What makes you happy? What brings you joy? And how can that better serve for yourself so then you can better serve others? So that's all I leave you with today. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. I'll be back again. I don't really have a schedule at the moment. You know, 3 girls and dogs and work and all that jazz. But I'm getting a website up. I will be posting this on my YouTube, which I will put down in the comments or put it as I post the video. And if you guys could go on that page and just like it, that'd be great. If you want to share it, awesome. I'm not here to, you know, tell everybody what to do and how to do it. I'm just imparting wisdom that I've learned thus far. And I really appreciate you all for being so open to receiving. So, namaste.